So I didn't realize I'd missed a week until I went to review the videos I hadn't watched. And then I saw that there were 3 somehow, and I was like, how is that possible? Because I didn't get to watch before the Hawaii trip. I meant to watch when I got home, but then I got home at midnight on Monday night, and by the time I next thought about it, it was after your video. Anyway, I did not realize there was a week where I didn't post. Like, in my head, I think about it on the weekends because my goal is to have it done by Monday, and it somehow didn't strike me that I hadn't, like, the week before. Like, it just didn't even occur. I guess I was so busy thinking about other things, but I don't even know how that happened. Okay. Oh, this is going great. I've just been silent for 10 seconds. I have a lot of notes. I tried to squeeze them all in one page, so there are, like, things written between other things and then, like, at the end of lines, which makes it not the easiest to read. When you first said you can't wear traditional sunscreen, my out loud was like, oh no, because I've burned a lot in my life, and so I'm very familiar with how stressful that is. But I'm glad you found something that does work for you, and I'm glad you got a hold of the way to make it. The brand that sells it, that you think would work, is it expensive? Because I feel like those kind of products sometimes are. So if you can make it on your own, then it seems like maybe it's a more efficient system. Also, you said you have never burned through it, which is very impressive because I have burned through many different sunscreens many times when, like, out in the sun for many hours in a row. So I do try to wear it. Like, we wore sunscreen last week and I didn't burn, and I'm very proud of that. But we didn't reapply in the middle of the day, so my sister did burn. We weren't careful enough. But I do try to wear it every single time I go outside, so, like, I don't wear it, like, to go to work, because that's a 9-minute drive, it's not far, but, like, if I were to go further than that, because you're right, you do burn in cars, and I've had that miserable experience of, like, arm on the car window and window open, and then this arm tans and this arm doesn't, and it's like, when it's tan, it's, like, funny and weird. When it's a burn, it's, like, just awful. The wellness websites lying about qualities and abilities of homemade products is such a terrible phenomenon, and it's all over the internet, and it's horrible, and people believe things because why wouldn't you believe it if somebody says it and it sounds right? And then, like, all kinds of bad side effects and health effects from not wearing things like sunscreen because this made up carrot oil, I think you said, product, like, you're causing people to possibly get skin cancer. What the fuck are you doing, wellness website? Like, okay, you don't want to have traditional products, fine. But especially if there is an alternative with the zinc products, like, why not just push that? Like, why lie? It's so bad for your customer base. I mean, people on your website, I don't know, I guess it's, like, clickbaity just to try to get likes, but, like, it's so problematic. Oh my god, I'm reading like an old person. I literally just moved my, my notebook further out so I could read it better, which is weird because I'm, like, nearsighted. It's like, when I take my glasses off, I can only read if it's this close to my face. Teenagers are unappealing and I avoid them like the plague. Anyway, that was in my notes from last time that I already talked about, but I just didn't remember writing it. Mixing in with the pigments makes a ton of sense, and I never would have thought of it, and I would have just been like, oh, I feel silly wearing white, but I never would have questioned it. And then, of course, there's a good system. That makes perfect sense. And I can also imagine if you didn't grind it up, you might end up, like, with it not thoroughly mixing, so, like, parts of it would be right pigment, and then parts of it would be, like, white with dots of pigment, which might look worse. So I'm glad you found the pigment system that works. And also, like you said, naturally pale skin means it's probably easier to get the match, not that much pigment. Works out fine. I messed up several words in that sentence. I tried. Good luck with the tomatoes. I know that kind of physical labor is hard on anyone. And you have health issues that might make it especially hard for you, so good luck dealing with all of it over the coming weeks. I hope you get a very productive crop. I have I was gonna say I have no talent for these things. Well, I haven't tried since childhood. I mean, I did at Jubilee, but I was under the direction of the people in charge. But like now, I have a strip of ground that's like 1 foot by 8 feet or something, and that is the only ground in my area. It is also, however, not the kind of place where anything can really grow, probably. It's like right immediately on the side of the house, and everything's always dead because it's getting direct sunlight, so I'm sure if I worked harder I could keep flowers alive, but that seems like a lot of work. In one video you said you've gotten younger as you've gotten older because you started out as an old soul, and that was amazing, and I loved hearing it. I know a lot of people who were old souls as children. I was not, but like I know a lot of people who were, and it's really fun to think like the parts that you struggled with as a young person, you kind of like with age were able to develop young at heart mindset. I started out way too young and did not grow up fast enough because I stayed at the maturity level of my siblings for a really long time, and they're all quite a bit younger than I am. So like I didn't grow up to be the maturity level of 18 until I was 21, and then I didn't grow up to the maturity level of 21 until I was like 25. And then starting in about 2016 when I moved to Jersey and had my New York era, I went from like mentally 21 to mentally 35 in like a week or a day. I don't even know. Like I went from all of my friends were younger than me to all of a sudden all of my friends were older than me. I wanted to be like them, not in like a weird way, just like I wanted to be mature, and so I matured really quickly. And I have like a young at heart, let's travel and goof off mindset, but I'm not as immature as I used to be. Like I was really immature for a long time, so I see myself as an adult much more than I did even a few minutes ago. I have not gotten notifications like a single time today until I started recording this video, and I've gotten 5, and I find it really hard to focus with them going off. I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb next time I make one of these. The travel not feasible for the future. Possibly, question mark, who knows, we haven't planned it. You're right, also it's gonna cost more points than I had sort of guessed. Because, like, Poland is not London or Paris, so it's not, like, the cheapest points place. And London's not, but it's not Paris or, like, Lisbon, which, in my experience, are the cheapest points to get to in Paris, and I had sort of thought it would be less, and then it's not. So I'm not going to stress about that for now. If we ever do plan something in the future, great. If I have points, I can use them. If not, I'm not going to bank on it because it might be too expensive. Also, who knows? Maybe the cash price won't be that bad. We don't know yet. Who knows? The can't learn from fiction thing that you heard someone say is so silly because so many life lessons I have learned from fiction. So many like introspective thoughts I've been able to have about myself because of things I saw in fictional characters. I have learned so much about myself from writing fiction. Like I don't even know how to express how much I have been able to like self-analyze my own actions, my own feelings by writing fiction. Fiction is amazing as like a vessel for understanding humanity, and that's other people. It's also myself, or understanding friends, understanding family members. Fiction is amazing. And you're talking about people rewatch movies but don't rewatch TV shows. I'm trying so hard. Rewatch movies but don't reread books. Yeah, that's weird. There are a lot of people like that. I don't understand them. There are even good readers who read a lot, who love reading and value reading, who would rewatch movies but wouldn't reread books. And I don't understand it. I saw a meme recently that was like, let's normalize not remembering anything from our favorite books, but still having them be our favorites. Like, the book has my favorite vibes or whatever. And I related to that meme so much because there are so many books where if you ask me like, oh, why is that your favorite? What do you remember? And I'm like, Deer in the Headlights. And I can name like a few plot points, but I can't remember the specifics of why I loved it. Well, that's why I have to reread it because my memory's not that great, even for things I love. And so, this is a 10-minute long video. Well, I talked about all of the things on here, I think. As always, there might have been more I meant to say, but those are my replies for now. And have a good week. Don't forget to be awesome. Bye.